If you're looking for an easy, fast, convenient alternative for your virtual meetings, Zoom, conferences, events, podcasts, live streams, I'm going to show you a brand new browser based live stream software, and I'm inviting you to join me to help me kick the tires off. Come on back, y'all, because guess what? It's another episode of Nez Nation Live. So, you know what that means? You got to come on back. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Nez Nation Live. Does it look a little bit different? So good to see you guys. Come on in, come on in. I am monitoring the chat, and I know what you might be thinking. You might be thinking, Nez, what in the world is going on here? Well, I am your personal branding coach, your ambassador to the creator economy. My name is Professor Nez, and I eat, sleep, and breathe everything related to the online ecosystem, how to brand yourself, how to craft a compelling message, how to reach your audience in powerful ways. And one of the ways that I've been able to build this amazing Nez Nation community, y'all, is by the power of live streaming. This show has been going on. This is the 5th season of Nez Nation Live. I have been hosting podcasts, live streams for over 5 years, longer than 5 seasons. I've co-hosted many podcasts with fellow, colleagues, business owners, content creators. I've been doing this for a long time, over 1,000 broadcasts. And so what I try to do is I always try to bring you guys the best of the best. I always try to keep you guys abreast of what's happening out there so you can reach your audience in really powerful ways. And today, I'm going to be showcasing this brand new. This is the first time I've gone live using it. You can obviously see right there, it is a brand new browser-based live stream software called Melon. And Melon is a affiliate partner of the Streamlabs company, which is really cool because you can integrate all sorts of Streamlabs bots and other integrations with that fantastic product. And I'm here to showcase this to you because, I think this is really, really cool. There's a lot of options out there. There's a lot of ways that you can reach your audience, and this is one of them. And I thought, what would be better than to actually go live with this live stream software and actually showcase it to you guys. And actually, I'm going to offer you, Nez Nation, you guys right here in the live chat. See, podcast listeners, this is why I want you guys to be here. This is why I want you guys to be here live. Because there's all sorts of things that you're missing out on. I understand. I know life happens. I know family happens. I know all these things, get in the way. And if you're watching this on the replay, God bless you. I love you. Make sure you hit that like button, by the way. And by the way, share this out because what I'm offering you guys right now, Nez Nation, I'm going to go through, talk about this. I'm still going to answer your questions. We still have the pinned questionnaire form in the comments. If you have any questions related to the creator economy, how can I earn money, grow faster, stress less, advance my career, start and grow my very own online business, we're still going to do that. If you have any questions, there is the pinned comment in the comments down below where you can just fill out. It's a very, very simple form, and you can just fill out really quickly. You can just fill out the questionnaire form, and I have that document right here. We still have some questions from last week. And guys, we go live every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. I've mentioned this months prior that I might change that time and day, but right now it seems like we're going to keep that as solid. So you want to become a Nez Nation Insider because here's the deal. Even if you're subscribed or following us on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, etc., I don't know if we're live on Twitter yet. We were supposed to go live on Twitter. Maybe somebody can check. But hey, Brad, good to see you. Brad is in the house. So Brad's going to be my first comment that I bring up using, yes, that is correct, Sweeney. Good to see you, Sweeney Dustin. Good to see you, Challenge ITV. Yeah, it's a really, really, I got to be honest with you. This was a really, really cool live stream software. It's browser based, which means you don't have to download anything. You don't have to, upload anything. You don't have to, go make sure that your preferences and your security settings are all proper. It's all browser based. You don't have to worry about having storage, anything like that. It's completely browser based. And there is a link in the description down below if you're interested in trying this out. And if you want to go pro, which has so many bells and whistles, check this out. For example, you get all these cool intros. Guys, I want to show you this. So I started with my very own intro, which you can personalize and make your own. And you don't have to have the Melon logo there if you don't want to. You see the ticker taper down there, much similar to previous shows that I've had, which I think is really, really cool. It just adds an element of ethos, professionality. But check this out. You got these cool templates, these cool intro templates. That's really cool. Check this one out. This is how cool is that? So here's another one too. These are already built in, especially if you get the pro account. I mean, it's just so. Here's my favorite one. You guys ready for my favorite one? This one is my favorite template. Like, let's say you're just like, I don't have time to create. I don't have the resources to create my own intro video. I don't have the time or wherewithal. Look at this. Check this one out. This one's my favorite. How cool is that? Isn't that cool? Hey, good to see you, Seti. Fantastic. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Challenge idea. It's good to see you, by the way. Oh, thank you. Brad said he saw my post on Twitter. Thank you, Brad. It's great to see you. If you would like to join and help me test this out and kick the tires off, good to see you, Seti. Fantastic to see you. Great to see you. Flip Classroom Tutorials. Brad's got an amazing channel. We got amazing people. Sweeney Dunstan, Mr. Camera Junkie Lewis. If you're interested in joining me, if you're interested in jumping on the stream with me, look, you don't have to worry about how you look. It would be nice if you had decent audio and camera, but I'm not even worried about that at this point. Honestly, I'm not even worried about that. If you want to jump on, help me kick the tires off on this cool, brand new, easy, convenient browser-based live stream software, which you could actually use as a substitute for Zoom meetings, events, conferences, podcasts, video podcasts, live streams. It's really easy and convenient. I would almost argue it's more convenient than any that I've used so far. And there's just everything is really laid out for you quite beautifully here. So here's what you need to do. If you want to join me, I want you to tweet this out, tag me at Professor Nez. I'm at Professor Nez on Twitter. Tag me on Twitter, retweet the show, tag me on Twitter, and I will send you, and then DM me, or I will DM you and send you a link to join me live. Okay, I see Nano. Nano is in the house. Nano, are you here right now? Good to see you, Nano. Yes, Nano is in the house. Nano, do you want to jump on? Anybody want to jump on? I think I can have up to, let's see, I think we can have 9 participants. I'm not exactly sure. I got to be honest with you. But I think we can have a lot of people on. Seti says, Melon worked really well when I used it, and the template were great added feature. Yeah, I love that. Okay, if you tweet this out, I want you to tweet that. We want to get as many people here as possible. I know it's Sunday morning, and usually we do a live Q&A, and I still want to do that. So if you have questions, you can almost like say we're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. If you have questions, okay, if you want to ask your question live, which I usually don't do, usually I just have you fill out the form. Here's another cool way to do it, and you can help me kind of run the sort of test here of Melon Livestream Web Based Livestream Software, which is just So cool. It's really, really cool. I like this a lot. And I would love for you to join me. I would really, really love for you to join me. Um, yeah, fantastic. Okay, so we got Challenge ITV. And Challenge ITV, I totally lost your first name. I really apologize. I'm going to DM you as well. Thank you for tweeting this out. TGA Media, I'll bring you on as well. If you would love to, I would love to have you guys. So I'm gonna DM. And by the way, if you have questions too, feel free. It's so easy too to invite guests on. You just copy. There's a little link in the top left-hand corner. Hey, Ahmad, good to see you. And you can invite guests. Good to see you, Ahmad. Fantastic. How are you, sir? For the first time, I'll give you a break this one time, okay? And yes, this is a Logitech product, much like Streamlabs is, and so really, really cool. I'm going to send you the link right now, Nano. I'm also going to send the link to Challenge ITV, and I'd love to see you guys come on in here. Okay, let's see what it's like. Again, this is my very first time going live with it, and I'm really curious to see how it looks. Very easy. It took me literally, I'm not even kidding you guys, to get everything set up, to schedule everything. It literally took me, I mean, maybe 10 minutes. I'm not even kidding you. So you can set up your live stream. You can have ticket tapers. You can have, there's a little menu here. You can add your own. I showed you some of the other intros. There's intro templates, especially if you get the pro account. There's also all sorts of designs that you can do. You can add banners. You can add overlays. Super, super cool. You can change the settings on how your text looks. For example, let's do this real fast. I want to show you the design and theme. So I can actually, let's see, if I leave the stream, let's see if I view all themes. Yeah, there's all these cool themes, and obviously you get more. But look, I can take that logo off. The Melon logo's gone. I can make it bigger. Watch this. Or actually, you know what? I don't think I can make it bigger while we're live. Okay, but check this out. I can change the colors. I can change the colors. I can change the way the text looks from boxed to rounded. This is casual. This is the default setting. And then I kind of like the rounded feature. And you can change the color. If I wanted to change this color, let's see here. I wonder if I could change this. I change this color right here. Oh, this is the background. Never mind. Let's see. Fonts. I can change fonts. So this is really cool. I can change fonts of the text. And I think that's what it looks like when I bring your, so let me see, let me go back to the chat. Really, really cool. I mean, it's all here for you. There's a menu here for you. It's all here, cut and dry. Hey, DK4K, good to see you. Hair looks good. Thank you. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, we got a challenge. Matt's here. Good to see you, Matt. Let me bring Matt in really quickly and see what this looks like. Yo, Matt, what's up, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, very good. How are you doing, man?
Awesome. So here's what's really cool. Let me get rid of the comment here. Now you'll notice that on other browser-based live stream softwares. By the way, Sweeney, you want to come on in too? Make sure you retweet this out and just tag me. I want to bring on as many people as possible. So, oh, here we go. Fran's in the house. I'm gonna. Sorry, Matt. Hey, Matt, why don't you do this? While I'm doing this, do you mind introducing yourself and telling everybody, this is your chance, man. Welcome to Nez Nation, and tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Yeah, thank you very much, Nez. First of all, maybe you can hear from my accent, I'm a French guy.
Cool.
I'm living in Vietnam, working for a US company. I've been in Vietnam for the last 20 years and really enjoying living in Asia. So it's a bit late for me because it's close to midnight now. And,
that's really unique that you're in Vietnam. I was just curious. Yeah. I was going to ask you about that. What influenced you to go to that awesome country? I'm just curious.
Well, basically it was like job opportunity. So I've moved there and just to make like very short story of myself, my father was already an expat before. So I used to live abroad I never really lived in France before, so that's the reason why I didn't see myself working in France for several reasons, but I will not explain now because it would be too long.
Fantastic. That's so cool, man. And welcome, Matt, because I know you're very avid on, Clubhouse and Twitter and, what is Challenge ITV all about? I'm going to bring Nano on here. Nano's coming in. Hey, Nano, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. Luis.
Hey, I'm doing good.
All right, man.
Good.
Hold on one second. Let me ask Matt. And by the way, anybody want to join? We're testing out really quickly. I see Jonathan in the house, Rich Graham in the house. Good to see you. Coming in at 240p on my Android tablet. Okay, hold on a second here. Looks pretty bad. 720 on the phone. Yeah, you know what? I'm actually streaming in 720. I wanted to make sure that I wanted to make sure that there wouldn't be any problems going live in multiple areas, because sometimes you guys know when you go live. Okay, DK4K says it's in 1080. Interesting, because I thought I scheduled it in 720. So it could be a different settings.
Sorry, Ines. I had the options of choosing the different video quality. So I'm using the Sony ZV-10.
Oh, cool.
They give me the options of choosing 180, and the other one was 720. But by default, they set it me up as, I forgot, 480 or something like that. So originally it was very low quality.
Okay, cool. Okay, very cool. Fran, for some reason, I can't send you a DM, and I don't know if that's because we're not following each other or what. But anybody want to jump on? This is fantastic. Nano, good to see you. How are you? How are you doing, man? How's everything with you? I know you're crushing it. Tech for your needs, your channel. You're doing great going live. How is everything, man?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I love live because I've been doing it two different ways. I've been doing it by myself just to better my skills, and then sometimes I bring guests to get the other practice of the site to get both equation.
You might want to check this out, Nano, because I know you're a great content creator. And again, by the way, there is a link in the description where you get a huge discount if you want to actually go for the pro feature, but you can also try it out for free. Link in the description, or use the coupon code NESNation. Notice what I'm doing right now. I'm switching the different kind of setups here. And so this is really cool too. Look at this. So I can actually I can bring Nano down and bring Matt a little bit larger. We can do all three side by side. And obviously my background is the thumbnail of the live stream. And then I really like this, where the host is sort of taking up more than like one half of the space. I'd be curious to see how it looks like. And I guess I can also do, let's see, I can probably do solo features too. But this is just really cool. Guys, it literally took me, I'm not even kidding you. So I actually, here's confession time. I'm going to confess something, because you know what? This is what creating a community is all about. If you're not going to be honest and transparent, then that to me, people say, Nez, how do you build a community? How do you get people to opt in? How do you get people, being a business coach and being a content creator and an ambassador to the creator economy? How do you do it? And I say, there's no strategy. Just be human. Just be who you know you need to be, and try to provide as much help. Try to be as giving, because it's just like personal relationships. If you're selfish, nobody wants to hang out with you. If you're doing it just for yourself, that's not a relationship. So relationships are about being mutual, right? Mutual value exchange. And so I actually wasn't even, I was thinking, you know what? My daughter's birthday is today. Happy birthday, Nora. I love you.
Happy birthday.
If she happens to be watching, she's turning 8. So she doesn't want, she thinks my streams are boring. She's like, Dad, you do business. Which she's right. She watches cartoons and stuff. But, Nora, if you're older watching this and you're watching your old man, I love you to death. Happy birthday today. It is August 22nd, 2021, just in case. I was like, you know what? I got a lot of stuff going on. I don't really have a lot of time, and I don't want to rush this, but then I thought, you know what? I really am curious if this would be a good test to see if I could set up something with this brand new live stream software, because you guys know Matt and Nano, especially Nano. Nano's been with me since Periscope days, like 6 years ago. Where I like to bring you guys the best new innovations, best new ways to reach your audience, best new ways to just conveniently do what you need to do without worrying about the tech, without worrying about or overthinking about all the little intricacies and nuances. And so I thought, let me see if I could do this. And I literally, Matt and Nano, I literally scheduled this in like 10 minutes. I set it up. It's very similar. This is a great question right here. We got a great question. Oh, okay. No problem. No problem. I don't want you to get fired, Sweeney. Sweeney says, I can't. I'm at work. I don't want you to get fired. This is a really good question. This is a really good question right here. And I think it's probably too early to tell, but DK4K says, is Melon better than StreamYard? I got to be honest with you. There's good and bad for both, I think. And we're going to be experiencing that as we go live here. But as I was testing this prior to going live, I did notice that I felt one thing that I would give edge to Melon, is the camera quality. I thought really shone well. So shooting this in 4K, I'm obviously bringing it down, rendering it down to 1080 because that's the highest you can go. But it really felt like it was coming through a lot sharper. The image had more clarity. I could be wrong, and I'm going to look at this at the replay. But so far, when I did tests prior to this, I was like, interesting. It looks like the camera quality, it's really capturing the full breadth and depth of the camera that I'm using. Very similar. They're both very, very similar. As a matter of fact, you'd be hard pressed to tell the difference. You really, really would. Yeah, look at this. This is a great question. This is a great point from Jonathan. Jonathan, if you want to come on too, all I'm looking for is for you to retweet this out on Twitter, tag me in the post, okay? And I will bring you on. Are you in, Lewis? Lewis, did you get the link? I want to bring Lewis in, Mr. Camera Junkie. Are you still there, Lewis? I hope he is.
One thing, Nez, is the sound quality. I mean, like when the feedback I'm getting here is very good. I mean, there is no latency. It's straightforward, and I can hear you very clear.
Awesome.
That's amazing. Personally, I'm using a mix of two different services. The first one is Ecamm for sure, and the second one is Restream because I'm streaming on different platform, right?
Yeah, and I love the way you said that. Thank you, Matt. I really appreciate that because content creators, we pick up on those little things.
Yeah.
I have echo cancellation, but I have heard other rumors and other murmurs of, especially if you use Streamlabs, because you can do the bot integrations and there's so many other things. Okay, we got Lewis in the house. I'm going to bring you on in a second, Lewis. Hang tight. But this is a good point that Matt brought up. One of the things, and I want to get everybody's opinion on this. One of the things that I feel, really makes or break a video or podcast is not necessarily that you're shooting in 4K or that you're, you've got a DSLR or a fancy $6,000 camera. But to me, one of the things that causes people to leave or that demonstrates poor quality is audio. Yeah, do you agree with that, Matt?
Definitely. That's the reason why I invested in this Rode microphone, and I'm using also the Rode Connect software, which is very good because you have noise gate and compressors, like big bottom and exciters and everything, and it's managing all. I mean, I'm like music producer. I mean, like just beginner. I'm doing I just finished a live stream with my wife.
Awesome.
We are doing live music. Yeah. And definitely the sound is very important. And I can tell you here in my in-ear monitors is excellent. That's perfect.
Fantastic. That's fantastic. I love it. Hey, Lewis, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream, brother. It's about time we got you on Nez Nation Live.
How is everybody doing today?
Oh, man, we're doing
good.
Fantastic.
Good.
Yeah, Nano's in the house. We got Matt in the house. You guys hang out as much as you can. I may have to, bring some other people on and take some other people off. But I love this. And look at this. Imad just said, fantastic. Imad, speaking to your point, Matt, Imad just said, excellent audio quality. Yeah.
Thank you.
Would you
Thank you very
agree with
much.
And you
that,
know what?
Nano? Do you think that, and then I'll get Lewis to jump in on this.
Mhm.
Would you agree that Rich just said Lewis in the daylight? It's a different story. Would you agree, Nano, that I think this is totally true? Now, obviously, you want great video quality if you can. And your phones in this era, you can shoot 60 frames per second at 4K on your phones, right? And now I'm sure the phones are going to get better and better and better. But one thing that I've noticed, even with the new desktop, they've been update. Mac went with 1080p on their virtual FaceTime, right? With the Macs, but the audio is still something that I think, if you're gonna really do this and take it seriously, having an external audio source. I didn't think this was going to turn into a tech show, but boy, I got the right people. Nano, do you agree with that? Do you think that that audio is something that can cause people to leave faster than anything else?
Yeah, I agree because if people can't understand you and hear clear, and that's a problem. That's the number one thing that I work on audio in my book.
Yeah, I mean, and by the way, guys, there's not that many. You don't have to break the bank when it comes to audio. There's a lot of great audio features. I love this comment by DK. The quality seems better. Also, Melon is $15 and StreamYard is $25. And if you use my link, and full disclosure, it is an affiliate link, but guess what? It doesn't cost you anything extra to use it. And also, you're supporting me, Professor Nez. You're supporting the channel, which is awesome. It's a win-win. It doesn't cost you anything extra using my link, and you support me. So that's really cool. It's a win-win, full disclosure. But that link is in the description down below if you want to. I really appreciate that comment, DK4K, because you guys are my litmus test. Sometimes when you're running a show, it's very difficult to kind of be on top of everything: the audio, the video, the look, the chat, the comments, the nuances, the intricacies of how the stream plays out. So I really appreciate any kind of feedback like that. Means a lot to me. Lewis, how are you, sir? You went live last night on your regularly scheduled live stream. I was so glad that I caught that. I know that you use, what do you use again, Lewis, for your live streams?
I use Ecamm. It's
Ecamm.
my preferred. It's basically the same thing that we're dealing with here.
Yeah.
It's a full production suite, but it runs on Mac computers. So
right. Definitely. Ecamm is a more Mac based for sure. Yeah,
you can't find it anywhere else, and it's not web based. It's based on the Mac platform, but I'm lucky enough to have gotten my hands on one of the new M1 minis, and that combination is phenomenal.
How's that power?
For live streaming and editing and what I'm doing, absolutely unreal what's happening with that platform. Absolutely love the M1, and I can't wait. And anyone who's saying like I'm waiting for the MX2 or anything like that, you're wasting time, because what I've been able to accomplish with this base unit M1, which is a completely different conversation, has just blown me away as far as my rendering for my videos. The edits themselves, I no longer have to deal with proxy files, so full 4K image files just go into it and it scrubs through it with no problem. And then when it comes to live streaming, just to give you a little bit, it allows me to do things like this very easily without it lagging down my computer.
Oh, that's
and no more fan noise, right?
Yes, my fan noise,
which is the big nightmare of everyone.
Yes, and now that it's silent, I hear the noises from everything else, which is ironic. I'm like, I didn't even know that would make a noise, but it's that quiet. But
that's cool.
Going back to what we were talking about, audio, I have to 1000% agree. Audio is 100% more important than video. The way that I always say it is, bad audio is unwatchable,
right?
Because we've all dealt with that audio that's peaking, that it just sounds way distorted, and it physically bothers you as you have headphones on or something like that you have to like rip them off. No matter how bad the image is on your video, people will never be like, oh, my eyes hurt. So That's the biggest difference, right? Like you can say it looks bad, but it physically won't cause your eyes pain, and audio could do that if it's done incorrectly.
Right. I love that.
Yeah, I agree.
And if you're just joining us right now, guys, we're testing out a brand new live stream software, Melon by Streamlabs Logitech, and it's browser based, a lot like some of the other ones. But I think there's something really powerful about this one, being that if you're somebody who does a lot of Zoom meetings, if you're somebody who does not have a lot of technical, I mean, Matt, Nano, and Lewis, these guys know tech. I mean, they, I don't want to speak on their behalf, but they know a lot. I'll tell you one thing. They know a lot more about tech than I do. And if I was able to schedule a regularly scheduled live stream in literally less than 10 minutes, and the quality looks like this. I've got my ticket taper. I've got my cool thumbnail. I've got my chat. I've got overlays. I've got themes. I've got fonts. I've got colors. I've got branding. I got to say something. This is really powerful, because if you think about it, if you're a coach and consultant, think about this, and you're, sending Zoom links out. Zoom is very, very mundane, I would say, is being polite, right? Obviously, it's effective, but you have to not only download everything, you have to not only set everything up, you have to not only copy the link, you have to not only make sure that they have Zoom downloaded, but once they get into the meeting, there's nothing that personalizes it really and makes it your own. And so this is another alternative, perhaps, if you're interested. And again, if you're interested in trying this out, there is a link in the description down below where you can try it out for free and get a huge discount, over 20% off if you get the pro feature. Hey, Lewis, I want to ask you a question. And actually, this goes for the whole panel. What are your biggest challenges when it comes to live streaming? And maybe you can give some tips to our Nez. Actually, let's start with Matt, and then we'll go around the horn. Matt, what would you say are some of the biggest challenges you've faced in your ability to have virtual meetings, go live, create content, maybe perhaps through live streaming? Share that with us. I'd love to talk about this. And if you guys have any questions at all, this is a great opportunity to kind of ask questions and get the conversation going.
Okay, it's because my situation is a bit special, because as I was explaining earlier in the introduction, I am, I have like 9 to 5 job, like I'm working and it's pretty like very busy job, So the main thing that I'm having now is anticipating on my live stream is basically content and how I'm building the content for my live stream. So that's the main issue, because I've been studying the technical matters of the live stream for the last 12 months. So I think that I'm pretty well versed on this part, right? So, and I think that the major challenge I'm facing is procrastination. I'm like, procrastination and perfectionism as well.
I love that.
I think it's both one is related to the other one, because for me, perfectionism is a kind of procrastination. So my issue now is I was like postponing because I thought that I was not ready, until I decided, and I said, okay, guy, I mean, like, it's one of the tweets that you have done, Nez, I think, was like kind of a click in my head and said like, okay, man, you have to start. If not, you will never start. Yeah. So I started. I put some bullet points and I said, okay, whatever happened, right? If I look ridiculous, I don't care. I mean, it's time to jump into the swimming pool, right? And finally, it's happening very well. I mean, like, so yes, mainly it's more like content, because I'm just at the beginning of my channel. I'm trying to, like doing this kind of activity beside my job, right? Because my target is not having a YouTube channel and saying like I'm making business of it. Definitely is, maybe I have a different, target and milestone. It's more like having fun, pulling the trigger and saying like, okay, having my creativity a little bit more developed and all these kind of things. So, sorry, it's a little bit long explanation.
No, because this is so good. You know why it's so good? Is because this is so cool right here. You guys, my three amigos down here.
Yes.
This almost looks awkward. But no, this is actually really good because, Matt, first of all, one of the things that I like to hopefully, I've communicated this on my show and on my platform, is I really, really believe that the only way that you're really going to get help and the only way you're going to get better at anything is if you're honest about it and transparent about it. And your courage of saying this is extremely powerful, because all of us, how many people in the chat, put a 1 in the chat if you have problems with perfectionism, problems with procrastination, which I love the way you said that, Matt. They definitely are both of the same ilk. They really are. And that can prevent us from hitting that record button. That can prevent us from starting a new project. That can prevent us from maybe even thinking of doing something else in our career, in our lives. Maybe even it can keep us from pursuing a new relationship. Maybe we stay in toxic relationships, whether it's professional or personal, because we're worried that, well, if this didn't work, what's to think that that's going to work, et cetera, et cetera. Nano, let's go with you. What are your thoughts on what Matt said about procrastination and perfectionism, especially pertaining to content creation, live streaming? What are your thoughts on that? And any, because you're always an inspiring dude, Nano. Talk to us for a second.
Yeah. So I'm gonna break it down like this. If you don't mind me, I'm gonna give advice to people.
Please.
Because I've been talking to people about this subject, and people been like, "Oh, I can't do it because I'm not ready, it's not perfect," and stuff like that. And then when they talk to me, I stay quiet, and they look at me, "Why you not responding?" I said, "Let me get closer to the camera." I'm getting closer. You know why? Because there's no such thing as perfect. I cannot answer you. Let me know when you got the perfect video, and then I will talk to you. If you're not gonna hit the record button and not gonna try, you're never gonna succeed. And that's what I tell people. When you're ready and you're ready to take on this task, you learn by doing. And it's like I always say, fail first attempt in learning. That's the acronym that I use. Come close. Let me know when you're ready. Let me know when you're perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. I can't answer you that. And they looked at me, "Why you not speaking?" Because I told them there's no such thing as perfect. When you become a perfectionist, let me know. By the time you do that, I'm already got 5, 6 videos ahead of you, because the perfect thing, it doesn't exist. That's my
awesome
advice.
Can you guys see the screen right now? The screen share. Rich just asked me to, we got a bunch of ones. Walter Wayburn in the house. Good to see you, Walter. And we got Jonathan in the house. Jonathan, I'll introduce you in a second. It's so cool to have all the great peeps here on Nez Nation coming into the to the chat right now. I love the way you said that. I really love the way you said that, Nano. And this is why I'm so proud of you. And I love having you be a part of the Nez Nation family, because you're so inspiring and you always bring it. Louis, what are your thoughts on procrastination and perfectionism? I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Well, my thoughts have a lot to coincide with what was just being said. Procrastination or perfectionism is procrastination in hiding. It's disguise. Because, we saying that perfection is what we're trying to achieve before we upload our first video, that absolutely makes zero sense, because people are seeing perfection or perfectionism as a tangible item, like a video that once you upload, it's perfect, and there is no such thing. If they would have a better understanding that the closest thing that you can get to perfection is a destination. It is a path that you have to go. And like Nano was just saying, you have to learn. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Woo! And to do that, that will allow you to understand your shortcomings at your beginning stage. And as you go through this marathon that we call YouTube and content creation, you will see how the path starts, unveiling itself in front of you. And as you keep taking step by step, you will learn more and more. And that's when you will come to the understanding that the perfectionism that you're trying to achieve is actually a destination. And the only way to get there is to create the content and mold it to what you want to be at the end.
Woo! God, can I get an explosion sound effect? I need a bomb sound effect.
Yes,
There it is. I just changed the background theme from the thumbnail so there's all sorts of cool things you can do here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people here. Jonathan, I'm going to have you introduce yourself in a second. Look at Ahmad. Ahmad says, wow, Mr. Camera Junkie, you rock. Man, I told you guys we have the greatest family on planet Earth, being the Nez Nation family, the Nez Nation community. There's nothing better. There's no other community on planet Earth that rocks quite as hard. There's a lot of good ones out there, don't get me wrong, but nobody rocks like the Nez Nation fam. That's why I love these guys. And that's why I love bringing them on, is because this is a great way for you to get more than just me, who's been doing this for decades, but you get these awesome, amazing people who are in the trenches. Lewis is in the trenches. Jonathan's in the trenches. Matt just did a show with his wife. Nano's been doing this for a long time, talking about tech. Jonathan is helping entrepreneurs with his toolbox, his multifaceted toolbox. And a great segue. Thank you, Lewis, by the way. That was fantastic.
A great segue for everyone.
What's that, Matt? There we go. There we go. Hey, Jonathan, I want to say welcome to you. Thank you for that, Matt. That was awesome. Jonathan, I want to say hello to you, man. How's everything going, brother? How's your Sunday?
Good. Just I'm getting ready for a work trip. But I wanted to jump on, and I wanted to test this when I saw it, because I've been trying different live stream platforms. I know that you, we were playing around with Riverside FM was another one, but that I feel like this is better for live streaming. I jumped on using my mobile phone so I could test. I think everybody was on their computers. One thing is, like, I can't see anybody when I'm on my mobile phone in landscape mode. Mm-hmm. But when I go to portrait mode, it flips my screen. See, it flips it.
Yeah.
But then I could see you guys. Yeah. On my side, right?
I hear you.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I'm in the app or on the website and I rotate it, now I can't see anybody else's screens. So that's one thing that I noticed, that I know that you can see that with when you go on StreamYard. I don't know if there's an app for this or not, but yeah,
it's
I'm really
browser based
this,
as far as I know. It's browser based. Mm-hmm. I don't know if there's an actual phone app for it. I'm sure there is, but it's interesting that you say that, because that's something that I'll have to probably look into. And yeah, that's the whole point. I kind of like this. This is sort of like the Zoom vibe right here. Like you have the speaker, mm-hmm. and then you've got the 4 participants here. But here's what I'm going to get rid of this because it makes me look like King Kong over here. But you know what's really interesting, Jonathan, is that, this is why I love doing what I do. Is, I love that. See, competition breeds amazing innovations. And so it's good for us. We talk about TikTok. Well, guess what TikTok has bred? TikTok has bred YouTube Shorts. TikTok has created Instagram Reels, just like Snapchat created Instagram Stories, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It goes on and on. And so I love these companies that are trying to basically say, hey, we got something like that. Or, hey, you've given us a great idea. Let's try our app bat at it. Because guess what? As much as you may call it lacking originality or copying or whatever you want to throw at them, the at the end of the day, it's good for us content creators and business owners. And I put people who want to advance their career in the same category as business owners, because you need to take ownership of your career. Nobody's going to help you advance more than you. You have to basically, just like an entrepreneur, you got to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, put in the work, position yourself the right way online, and that's how you advance your career. We talk about the perception of value a lot. And I want to get to your point. I want to get to your answer to this too, Jonathan, about perfectionism. And I mean, Lewis just brought the house down. Nano, Matt, great tips and advice. Matt actually, was the catalyst of this great topic. And I'll throw in my 2 cents after Jonathan does. But another thing that we talk about a lot here in Nez Nation is the perception of value. What is the perception of value? Well, I'll give it to you in the simplest terms I can. If you buy let's say a martini at, let's say you buy a martini at like Chili's or something like that, right? Or an Applebee's. That martini is probably going to cost about maybe $8 to $10, right? You take that same drink, you take that same exact vodka, same exact olives, whatever, and you put that drink in a 5-star resort, that martini turns from an $8 product to a $25 martini. Now, why such an increase? Why? It's the same exact drink. Maybe they put it in a fancier glass. It's the perception of value. You're at a resort. You've elevated the amenities. You've elevated the aesthetics. You have created this perception that this drink is more valuable at the 5-star resort. Let's say the Montage, or let's say Hilton, or what have you, or the Waldorf, right? That same martini, it's the same drink. It's the same liquid, but it costs $15, $10 more because of the perception of value. When you have conferences, meetings, coaching calls, when you do live streams, when you do podcasts, having this level of ease of communicating that perception of value is powerful. You have to understand, guys, this stuff works. Looking professional, having the perception of value, it works. It builds your credibility. It builds your ethos. Now, here's the kicker. If you can actually add value and not just the perception of it, if you can combine those two, guess what, guys? You're invincible. Not only are you going to be able to make money doing this full time like I have, which is my goal for all of you guys, but also you're actually doing what you're supposed to be doing, which is helping people. So this is a really easy way of kind of, doing both of those things. And I hope that makes sense. If that didn't make sense, let me know in the chat, or let me know here on stage, because I love talking about this stuff, because this is the stuff that nobody talks about. Everybody, that I see that's out there helping entrepreneurs and helping content creators, it's like, well, man, just be yourself, man. Hey, man, just be yourself and just be consistent. And I'm not knocking them, but it's like, look, I need something tactical. I need something real. I want to try to give you tangible advice. That's my goal here at Nez Nation. I don't want to just give you verbal bumper stickers, because bumper stickers leave. They don't last. Okay. And so I want to give you something that you can actually apply today. It's the same thing I did in my classroom. What are your thoughts, Jonathan? You're on mute.
Unmute. I unmuted myself. This is actually a perfect time for this question, because I've been working with a couple people that I know in the real world, not online, and that I come from like the film and the media industry, and I'm working on like a TV show right now. I think I'm about to go to another country and shoot these really shiny, beautiful images. But the thing is, I shot my first 80 videos with my cell phone, and not the one that I'm on right now, like a really old junky one, and I had to do it. And I talk to these people that I work with, that we have this perception of like, we need this really beautiful, shiny image. Like, I needed a perfect background. I needed a perfect image. Because that's what I do in the real world. That's what I would actually do for my job before I started on YouTube. And the people that I know had that same perception. But the fact is that I shot my first 80 videos with a cell phone, the front-facing camera, which at the time was 720p. And I was able to monetize my entire channel.
Wow.
But I had to get over the fact. Yeah, and that was before I had the YouTube Partner Program. So, and that doesn't even make me that much money anyways. Right. But the point is that I was able to do that with a cell phone in basically this room that I'm in right now. I was in lockdown. I'm at my family's house right now, and I was in lockdown with everybody else, and I had a cell phone, and I was able to do that. But I work on things where we have, $1 million cameras, and they make very beautiful images, but you don't need that.
You don't need that.
That's one of the things. And there's people that I'm still working with. They want this perfect. They will continuously try to make it perfect before they publish their first video. But the thing is that you have to realize that you're not going to actually get better if you're not constantly trying new things, uploading new things. Even if your video doesn't look perfect, like I had to get over that really like a lot, because I'm like, the fact that I'm just live streaming on my phone right now and not like a giant setup. I still do that on my personal live streams because it's what I like. I still have that in my head, but I have to be okay with, hey, my phone is enough. Yeah. And I think that that's the thing that people need to realize, is that if I had these cell phones that everybody had 15 years ago.
10 years ago, 20 years ago, right.
10 years ago, man, like it's a entire film studio in your pocket. Exactly. And when people think, oh man, I can't get a good enough image, I can't be good enough, and they compare themselves, man, you should try recording on VHS tapes and then digitizing those on the first generation iMac, and then editing that in iMovie. That was tough. Like and figuring out those things. we have so many resources, and you could actually get an amazing image. And don't compare what you're getting on your cell phone now with like even what I'm getting on my live streams or my videos, because I have a much bigger setup, which I paid for with my cell phone. So I say, instead of like,
I started with myself.
head,
I started with my iPhone 5 for crying out loud 5 years ago, my iPhone 4. Never mind. No. I started with my iPhone 4. I was doing live streaming on Periscope in 2015 with I think it was my iPhone 4 or 5. I can't even remember, but it worked. I was able to, that was the beginning. Hey, Nano was there. Nano is one of the OG Nez Nation family members. Like, he goes back all the way to the beginning. Luis was there at the very beginning in the Periscope days. There was no Facebook Live. There was no YouTube Live. There was no LinkedIn Live. There was none of this stuff. It was just Meerkat, Blab, and then Periscope. And I was like, whoa, Periscope was pretty brand new. And I used that for my YouTube videos too, and then I eventually gradually got the audio. I gradually got, a little bit more advanced, and much with Lewis's help, with the camera and everything else. By the way, you want to talk about the value of perception. Jonathan, I really appreciate what you just said. You go to Lewis's live streams, okay, Mr. Camera Junkie, and he has got a setup that will knock your socks off. It's just a beautiful, beautiful professional setup that if you haven't checked out Mr. Camera Junkie's live streams or his videos, go, especially his live streams, because I've been there several times, and every time I'm there, I'm like, damn, that looks so good. So go check out Lewis's live stream. That is the value of perception. And here's the cool thing. He's an example of what I'm talking. I mean, everybody here on stage is an example of what I'm talking about, which is you have to be professional, but it's not enough to just wear the suit. It's not enough to have the nice fancy ornaments. You got to actually have a soul. You got to actually have substance. And if you bring substance to it, look at that. Imad didn't even know that Lewis live streams. Yes, Mr. Camera Junkie's channel is on fire, guys. He's almost at 1,000 subs. He's crushing it, dude. You've got to go check him out. If you want to know anything about cameras, go check out Lewis's channel, Mr. Camera Junkie. Feel free, Mr. Camera Junkie. Now I'm calling him Mr. Camera Junkie. Feel free, Lewis, to leave your link in the chat. And by the way, really quickly, if you guys are just joining us, this is a Nez Nation Live. Welcome. Tasha's here. Good to see you, Tasha. I want you guys to know that we are testing out a brand new, for me at least, I know it's not brand spanking new, but a new, easy, convenient, free live streaming software that you don't have to download. And you can make your live streams look like this. You can bring on multiple guests. If you want to come on, we've got Nano, we've got Matt, and by the way, can you guys stick around, or you guys need to take, who needs to take off? Don't be honest. It's okay if
I'm good.
Okay. If you ever have to take off, feel free. It's just like Clubhouse. Just hit leave quietly.
No, that's a very interesting discussion we're having now. I have
thank you,
more
Matt.
Things to add to this.
Yeah. And please, by all means, hang out, do whatever you need to do. But hey, here's what I want you guys to do. Tweet this out, tag me in the tweet. And then if you want to come on, I mean, you should do that anyway. You should share this out. Everybody share this out, because sharing is caring. But I would really appreciate it if you want to come on the stream. We're just kind of kicking the tires off on Melon, which is a product of Streamlabs Logitech. And it is a free web-based live streaming software. I'm just bringing it to you, testing it here. It's really, really cool. It's really, really easy. I'm getting comments right now of people saying the camera quality, the flow, the sound seems even better than other ones that I've used in the past, which I'm kind of shocked to hear that. But look, this is a cool, easy way for you to give the value of perception and actually back it up with real value. If you're using Zoom, if you're a coach, if you're a consultant, a teacher, if you're an event producer, if you're a live streamer, a content creator, a podcaster, this could be a really cool alternative. There is a link in the description if you want to try it out for free. If you want to get the pro account, which I have the pro account, I would definitely check it out, and you get a discount using my link and using the code NESNation. So maybe just something to check out, something to just check out. Matt's testing out the private chat. Yeah, there is a private chat too. Guys, does this not look and feel similar to something else?
Yeah, it is.
Very similar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I add something, Professor Nez? I just want to, if you don't mind.
Yes, please.
I tell people that the entry barrier and level is easier than back in the days when I grew up. Because when I used to edit, I'm a 70 kid. It used to be like a joystick and it used to be big tapes and a clunky. You got to jump through hoops. And now for less than $10 or $15, you could get a whole editing software. You could get a whole live streaming. Before it was thousands and thousands of dollars. And you don't have to pay for web hosting.
Yeah.
So the thing is that what are you waiting for?
Yeah.
Because this is what I told people. If you're here complaining and bickering, oh, why I'm not progressing, you are looking at yourself. You are responsible for your own action. Don't wait, what if this is done. Like I said, last two live stream, I have tech woes, but I managed to still struggle, but I still came back and get the value that people needed because I wanted to be there. They was there for me. They waited about 20 to 25 minutes, so I came back. I apologized, and I continued. Things gonna happen. It's how you handle yourself, because I am the type of person, I like to be my own book, my own author. I like to write my own story. I don't need co-authors, and that's what I like to give advice to people. Like, all of us are here because we love this. We're here because we want to advance. The medium and the entry level is such easier. You are not talking to a camera. You're talking to people. Just use it like that. Like me, I'm being natural. And the last thing I want to say, what are you waiting? Don't wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow is never promised. I'll leave you with those words.
Yeah, and here's another thing too. I told you I love the way you said that, Nano. Thank you for saying that. And I invited Tasha to come on. Tasha, you should have gotten a link. Thank you for retweeting it and tagging me on Twitter. Let me save you the suspense. If you think that you're going to be less than perfect, I'll save you the suspense. Yes, you are. If you think you're going to stumble, mumble, fail, and you're worried about that, let me save you the suspense. You will. Live streaming is a whole different beast, y'all. I love it because it's more real. I love it because it's in the moment. I love it because it humanizes your brand. And here's living proof. I can tell you this right now. Every time I stumble, mumble, and act like a fool, which, by the way, is a lot.
Or sneeze.
Lewis can vouch for that. Damn, baby. Every time Nez makes a fool of himself, guess what happens? Engagement goes like this. Skyrockets. Why? By the way, you know me. I consult a lot of businesses. And a lot of businesses need paid traffic. What is paid traffic? Well, essentially in the digital world, it's Google search, right? AdWords, it's Facebook marketing, Instagram marketing, YouTube pre-roll ads. Guess what? TikTok. Oh my God, TikTok. Oh my God, TikTok. TikTok ads are everything now. LinkedIn ads are getting better, but they're very expensive. Guess what? If your ad looks like an ad, guess what happens? People go like this. Skip, pass, swipe, whatever. If your ad even feels like an ad, guess what people do? Bye, see ya, wouldn't want to be ya, right? Why do you think that John Travolta's TikTok ad was one of the most popular TikTok ads in Super Bowl history? Why do you think that now people are just literally doing this with their YouTube pre-roll ads? Shaky camera, very organic, on the beach, nothing professional, no production, no fancy lights, no fancy this. Realism, humanism, being very natural and organic. So if you're suffering, and Matt, I hope this is helpful because I love this, Matt. It's only when we're honest with ourselves that we can really get help. And
definitely.
By the way, guess what, Matt? Every time I go live, this is me talking, the most confident dude on planet Earth. Like I feel I'm the best at this. There's nobody better than me at this, right? I'm not saying that narcissistically. I'm saying it because I put in the work, right? But guess what, Matt? Before I hit record, before I ever hit live, I get very nervous. I get pangs of nervosity. Why? Because it means you care. As soon as I lose the nerves, I should quit. You should quit. Everybody listening right now, everybody watching right now, if you don't get nervous before you hit record, if you don't get a little bit of like the juice, the flavor before you hit live, there's something wrong. that means you've gotten complacent. The nerves are good. I actually want you to be afraid of failure. I actually want you to be nervous. You know why? Because it means you still care.
Yep. Agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to add this to it because I don't think it's nerves so much as excitement.
Yes.
And when it comes to the physical,
it can be interpreted.
Exactly. And that's what I wanted to also bring here, because a lot of people will consider things nerves, and I'm nervous when it's just their body getting a rush of adrenaline, and that rush of adrenaline is through excitement. So for that reason, I would also say be true to yourself and try not to confuse the two, because excitement could be exactly what you're feeling, yet your negative connotations will actually tell you that it's nerves. So I agree with the sentiment. If you lose the excitement, check it out, but also don't confuse nervousness for excitement as well.
Yes, I love that. And this is another cool, that's actually, I thank you for clarifying on that, Louis, because I don't think that, I think it's easy to confuse the two feelings, because literally, and one of my great mentors when I was in my 20s shared this with me. I want to share this with you guys. It's just energy, y'all. You don't have to call it anxiety. I mean, these are just words like anxiety, depression, nerves, fear. It's just energy. It's really just energy coursing through your body. If you can reinterpret that, this is what Louis is talking about too, interpretation, right? It doesn't have to be called nerves. It can be called excitement, or it doesn't even have to be called anything at all. It's just energy. I feel that is showing you that, hey, this means you care, because any jerk can get up there and do it. Any jerk can be, I'll live stream, I'll record YouTube. We've all seen those jerks, right? And I'm not judging people. I'm just saying we've all seen those kind of people who you can almost tell immediately they really don't believe, they don't really care. It just doesn't feel like they care, right? But we can also tell the difference when somebody really cares, right? And so it's easy to tell that difference. So I love that. One thing I just noticed is, like, for example, if Matt started talking, I can grab his image and replace Lewis's image, which is really cool. So there's some ways that you can kind of mix and mash. Like there's Nano right there. And look at this. I can even take myself out of the equation. And now it's Jonathan and Nano. There you go. Look at that.
I'm gonna have to.
How would you like to have those guys following you in a dark alley?
Glasses.
See, that's kind of cool. I actually think that's kind of cool. So you can actually, and I can mishmash that. I can bring Jonathan over here. I can bring Louis back. I can bring Matt back. That's kind of cool. I think that's kind of cool. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yep. That's
so you can't do that on Zoom. Yeah. You can't do that on other. You can't do that on a lot of platforms.
I can't see it on the cell phone.
Oh, say that again, Jonathan.
I said I'll have to rewatch it on the replay because I can't see it on the cell phone unless I turn my phone vertical.
Oh, I see.
And then then it affects the image that you get. So I'll have to check it out on the replay.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, perfect. Please do. Please do. Guys, if you're just joining us again, this is a very special episode of Nez Nation Live. In all transparency, I was not planning on going live today. You guys know I usually have this scheduled live 5-6 days in advance. I was planning on sharing another video in my community tab today because my daughter's birthday, as a matter of fact, I got to get going pretty soon. But my daughter's birthday is today. And, I wasn't really, I didn't want to rush it, But then I thought to myself, wow, the great people over at Melon have asked me to try this out, full disclosure. And I love bringing you guys new products. I love trying to help in any way. Some people like Ecamm. Some people like StreamYard. Some people like OBS. Some people like Switcher. Some people like, there's so many out there. It's even difficult to even find, list them all. But guess what? Here's another one that I think is interesting. And I was happy to try this out. And actually, I got to be honest with you. I think it's really, really cool. One thing I can say without a shadow of doubt is that it's super, super seamless and easy. I invited Nano, Jonathan, and by the way, guys, don't leave because I'm going to give each of you guys a chance to talk about, so get ready. Here's, we talk about personal branding, right? What is personal branding? It's not logos, guys. It's not colors. It's not marketing. Well, it is, but personal branding is messaging. How do you communicate value to the marketplace? So I'm going to give each of you guys a chance because you guys are all rock stars. at the end here in the next couple of minutes, I'm going to give each of you guys a chance. Matt, don't get nervous. Matt, I can already see you're getting nervous.
I'm not, absolutely not. I'm used to speak in front of a lot
That's
of
like,
people.
what did I sign up for? But I'm going to give each of you guys an opportunity to talk a little bit about yourselves, your platform, your business, your channel, etc. But here's what I want to say. We talk a lot about the creator economy here on Nez Nation Live. We do a live Q&A. I've been a personal branding coach, executive career coach, content creator. I'm obsessed with video content, especially because it's been the engine of my businesses, especially YouTube. You guys know I talk a lot about YouTube on Clubhouse, even on here as well. But this live streaming is something, if you're at all, and I'm glad we talked about perfectionism and anxiety, because I know a lot of people are stifled by that and they don't want to go live because of that. So I'm really happy, Matt and everybody here, we've been talking about this, because I hope you guys got a lot of value. If you got a lot of value, give me a hashtag yeah. I don't know why I say hashtag. You don't have to say hashtag. Just give me a hashtag yeah in the chat. That's YEAH. Give me a hashtag yeah in the chat. But I want you to think about incorporating live streaming. Thank you, Lewis. Lewis is the man, the myth, the legend. I want you to think about incorporating live streaming, because it was the very first content medium I ever did in my life post, MySpace days. I did blogging, I did a lot of other stuff, right? But in this kind of new era of social media, in this new era of the creator economy in the last 5-10 years, live streaming was one of the first, if not the first medium. It's where I met Nano and a lot of you guys. And I'm telling you right now, it helps you with your communication. It helps you with your ability to understand your audience. It helps you nurture relationships. It helps you communicate value. It makes you a better speaker. It actually teaches you to be a better speaker, a better salesperson, a better distributor, marketer. I mean, the accolades and the superlatives are endless. So think about this, and think about maybe trying out Melon. It's really, really easy. So, we usually do a live Q&A, and we're going to go back to our regularly scheduled program next Sunday. We go live every Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. Podcast listeners, we want to see you here live. I know you guys know this. We have an awesome #1 rated personal branding podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Spotify, if I didn't mention Spotify. And, hey, Brian's in the house. Good to see you, Brian. And Dave Heatherly on Facebook. Very cool, Dave. Great to see you. Make sure that you check us out. We want to see you here live, though. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. Become a Nez Nation Insider, because that's the best way that you can really be a part of this amazing community. Hey, Nez, why do I want to be an insider? If you want to grow your income and your impact online, which I think are pretty two amazing things, if you want to advance your career and grow your business, this is the best place on planet Earth. Look at this. Look at these people here. Look at this amazing community here. This is the best place on planet Earth. Okay, so before we get out of here, I'm going to start with, who wants to go first? Raise your hand if you want to. Who wants to go first? Okay, I'm going to pick somebody. Nobody wanted to go first.
Anyone. I like it's something like that. Nobody's answering.
Oh, crickets. It doesn't matter. I'll go first.
I love it. I love it. That's so good. That was so good right there, Matt. Well, first of all, before we give you guys a chance to talk about your channels, etc., I want to just first of all say, from the deepest, deepest heartfelt, thank you I want to say a huge thank you to Nano. Nano, you've been with me for over 6 years. You're just amazing. A deep, heartfelt thank you to Matt over at Challenge ITV, which I love his platform. A huge, tremendous thank you to the best mods on planet Earth. We've got Nano, Lewis, Mr. Camera Junkie, and Jonathan, the entrepreneurs. Is it Toolbox, right? Toolbox, right, Jonathan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jonathan, why don't you go first? Tell everybody, before we get out of here, tell everybody a little bit about yourself, a little bit about what you do, and where people can find you. We'll go around the horn.
All right. My name is Jonathan Dunkerley, and when the beginning of 2020, my entire industry shut down, so I had to pivot, and I pivoted towards YouTube because I'm a video creator, and I wanted to start to create video, and I had to figure out how to monetize my content very quickly, and that led me to actually realize that a lot of other people don't know how to monetize their content, not just on YouTube or any platform in particular. So it's become my goal to actually help people understand ways to monetize their passion, because once your passion is funding your passion, you can do anything. So, that's the goal that I want everybody to get to where they're not worrying about the money side of it. They could actually just create for the sake of creating, and the money will just come in, because there's people usually go about things in the wrong order. So I want to help people find that right order, so they could have the money's not even a factor when they're trying to create stuff and help other people. So, and you could find me on YouTube and Clubhouse are my main platforms. And I'm actually talking about live streaming. I just kind of decided that I'm going to dive a little bit into playing around with live streaming on TikTok, because I wanted to play around with it a little bit more. But I didn't want to do it from my phone, so I've been looking into ways to do it from my computer, so I could have share my actual computer screen on it. So that's something I'm playing around with.
Oh, let me know if you figure that out. I want to do that too.
Yeah,
let me know.
That I'm researching, and that's gonna probably
go check out Jonathan's channel, because he talks a lot about that stuff, which is awesome. That's fantastic. Oh, Jonathan, I'm telling everybody right now, this is very serious. We're going to get to Lewis in a second. I'm telling everybody right now, if you don't understand this truth, everybody listen, really, perk your ears a little bit, turn up the volume. If you don't understand that the reason YouTube Shorts exists, the reason Instagram Reels exists, the reason that Facebook now is trying to get into the short form content game as well, and it's going to go everywhere. Everybody's going to start doing it. It's all because of TikTok. If you don't know that, then now hear this and tattoo this in your consciousness, because TikTok is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. People thought it was going to get banned. No. TikTok's volume, TikTok's user base, their monthly user base has grown exponentially faster than any other social media platform in the last 2 years. So if you're not, looking, or at least look, for me, it's all about helping you grow your impact and income. I can't think of a better way to get powerful reach without paying for it than on these vertical video platforms. We'll do a whole new show about that. But thank you, Jonathan. I really, really appreciate that. And what's your YouTube channel called again, Jonathan?
Entrepreneur's Toolbox with Jonathan.
Perfect. Make sure you go check out the Entrepreneur's Toolbox with Jonathan. Thank you, Jonathan. Lewis, Mr. Camera Junkie, tell our audience where they can find you and what you're all about.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for the opportunity. My name's Lewis, also known as Mr. Camera Junkie. You can find me all over the interwebs under that moniker, Mr. Camera Junkie, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, which is my preferred platform. On YouTube, I have a channel based around helping new photographers and new videographers better understand the complex terminologies that might be off-putting when it comes to photography and video, things that they hear that they don't understand, depth of field, crop factors, all those things. I try to break them down into a more digestible, understandable way so that they can better understand the equipment that they have. And one of my mottos is upgrade your skills before your gear, because if you know what you're doing, then that will lead you to a better path of understanding what you're going to need in the future, instead of, jumping on a live stream and asking somebody like me, what's the best camera to buy? Every best camera has to do with your best case scenario. So that's where you have to understand. And once you have comprehension of what these cameras do, then you'll be better averse to use them correctly.
Love it. Thank you so much, Lewis. And I just want to say, really, it really means a lot to me that you're here. I was hoping that, you weren't going to say Nez, I'm not ready to go on Sunday. I can't do it. I'm not dressed. I'm not this. I'm so glad that you were willing to do it, because I was really hoping and praying that you were going to be able to make it. So thank you so much for making it, Lewis. And thank you for being such a pivotal member of the Nez Nation family. Jonathan, you too, obviously, but I'm just really, really proud of you, man. You're crushing it. Almost at 1,000 subs. It's not about subs, but we do like those milestones. It's about the views.
Those are personal milestones.
It's a personal milestone. I like that.
I had mentioned before, the destination is that so-called perfection.
Yes.
So the milestones is just letting you know that you're getting closer to that goal. And the way I see them, I literally see subscribers, that number on my channel that says subscribers, as mile markers on the road. So if I was going to take a road trip from here to Orlando, I'd be counting the road markers or the distance that it takes me to get there, because that's my destination. My members of my community, my camera junkies, that's what I call them when they're.
Oh, that's so good. My camera junkies.
Yeah, the camera.
Am I a camera junkie? I want to be a camera junkie, Louis.
Yeah, you're in there on Saturdays. You're part of the camera junkie crew and the camera junkie family that is all in the chat on my Saturday live stream. So
that's awesome. And by the way, let our Nez Nation audience know when is your live stream on Saturdays?
Saturday is at 10:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's 5 minutes of just letting people get into the chat, say hello to each other, because we're also building a strong community there, and everyone knows each other, so they get to talking ahead of time, and then the show starts at 11.
Yeah, I've been there multiple times, and I try because it's a little bit late for me.
And I appreciate
sometimes. But man, I try to make it there, and I'm telling you, when I do make it there, everybody listening and watching, it is like a thriving, a unbelievably giving and helpful and supportive community that the camera junkies and what Louis has created there. What amazing people, good people, helpful people, kind people, content creators, camera junkies. Make sure you go check out Mr. Camera Junkie, Louis's channel. I can't think of a more gracious, down-to-earth dude. And, I've said it once and I'll say it before, the greatest mod in Clubhouse history. I mean, he rocks the mods on Clubhouse. So thank you so much, Louis. There it is. I
had to drop it.
I love it. You had to drop it. You had to. Thank you, Louis. Okay, we're going to bring Matt in here. Matt.
Yeah.
From Challenge ITV. First of all, before you say anything, I just want to say, Matt, I really appreciate you coming on. I really do. And more than that, I know you've been a part of this community for a while. And I know you've been a part of the Nez Nation families recently too. But you're always somebody who comes with grace. You're always somebody who comes with honesty and integrity. Yep. And I just can feel it. I'm good at this. I'm good at judging people and reading people. I can feel it. You really deeply care. You want to do your best. So I just want to say thank you to you, man. And I'm so happy that you're here. Tell our Nez Nation audience a little bit about your platform, where they can find you before we
Sure. I mean, first, thank you, Nez, and thank you for everyone who is on this live stream tonight or this morning, afternoon. I don't know now. I'm lost.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like nearly 1 a.m. where I'm staying. So
where are you at? Where are you at again, Matt?
I'm in Hanoi in Vietnam.
Oh, that's right. You're in Hanoi. Okay.
Yes. So that's why it's never too late or too early for Professor Nez, right? So
never.
we are enjoying, the discussion, and tonight's discussion was fantastic. I mean,
thank you.
Whatever has been said it's amazing. As you can hear from the Maya accent, I'm not really from an English speaking country, right?
You sound terrific.
I'm trying my
you're
best.
very clear. Honestly, you're very clear. You sound terrific.
Okay, just
by the way, really quickly, I want to say this, Matt. I want to say this, and I know Louis, Jonathan, and Nano will agree with me. Matt, I want you to look at me real fast. Look at the screen. I want you to look at me and listen to this. There's so many things that this guy, the guy inside our head, will tell us that other people are noticing about us. I'm not saying you're doing this. I'm just saying for everybody. So many things that we're like, oh my God, they can notice me sweat. They can notice me shake. They notice my zit. They notice my ear, whatever, my hair. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Sure.
Trust me when I say this. Everything that you think people are, pickpecking on you, they're not. Yeah. And so I'm not saying this because you're worried about it. I'm saying this because it's good for everybody. Sure. And I just want you to know something, Matt. You sound terrific. Am I wrong, guys? Louis, Jonathan, Nano, doesn't Matt sound great? I can't tell. I don't hear an accent. I don't hear. I mean, I'm sure there's an accent, but it actually makes you sound. But you sound very clear, and but you enunciate. I can understand you perfectly well.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And if I can just throw in a little something there, accents actually help people with audience retention because they understand that you're coming from a different language, so they're more lenient to the message that you're trying to convey, comparative to somebody who knows what, how to speak the language, and then they're just picking apart their words. So have at it. You're doing great.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
are.
Thank you.
Yeah, you are.
Fantastic. So yes, Challenge ITV is usually when people are asking me what is it, I say two things. The first thing is directed to my audience. I'm targeting the Generation X, which is my generation, right? So
I'm Generation X. That's my generation too.
1965 to 1980s, right? So something like that.
Yeah.
That's my audience. And the second thing is what basically I'm trying is to document my journey on starting this YouTube channel, which is more like a hobby than really a business. I don't know how after 2, 3, 5 years, I don't know how it will turn, right? But basically it's more like how to share with people what was my journey, what was the traps that I've been into, right? And how to avoid them, how to make it shorter, how to be more confident on editing videos or something like that. I'm starting from nothing, everything. I mean, like editing videos, even recording video, choosing the camera. We were talking about Luis was explaining about camera, how to choose it and so on. I mean, all these kind of things is my journey on YouTube. And as you know, I have like a pretty heavy schedule. I've decided like live stream will be the best way for me to sit in front of the camera and press record. And because it's kind of like if I have an audience, I have to deliver to them, right? So if I said 8 p.m. sharp, I have to be on live stream, right? So I'm starting the live stream. And this is how I'm starting to record things and repurpose as well some of my content on my Instagram and Twitter and so on. So one thing I wanted to say in conclusion to our previous discussion is I had one issue at the beginning is I was trying to be like the YouTuber who is having like 1 million subscribers, right? Who is having a team of 5 or 6 editors and so on. Definitely is a mistake. The level of quality we can deliver, accept the way it is, right? And it's by editing more that you will learn more and so on. So that's one of the fear that I pass over, and I said, okay, forget watching those guys, because those guys are, kind of a barrier for you to move forward. So Challenge ITV is that. And the second part of Challenge ITV is, as you can see, I'm a little bit overweight, and I've decided to get into a challenge of being more healthy. So starting cycling, and I resume golfing and doing more like outdoors activities. So it's more like giving the motivation to people like me that it's doable. So this is what I'm doing.
I love it. That is so, so cool. I love it. Thank you so much, Matt. I mean, that was really terrific. That was very, very cool. I absolutely love that. Thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. And make sure you go check out Challenge ITV with Matt. Doing amazing things over there. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, Matt?
Yep.
We got to have you on again soon. Okay.
Yep. Sure.
Okay. Now, Nano, you're gonna take us home. You're gonna take us home, brother. And by the way, Jonathan, Luis, and everybody else, I'm gonna put you guys back in the green room. Feel free to hang out in the chat if you want to. But I want to just say thank you again, Louis. See you guys later. Jonathan, thank you so much. Enjoy the chat at the very end. I'm going to let Nano kind of close us out here. Nano, tell people where they can find you and how you can be reached. Thank you for being here, brother.
And thanks for having me. My channel is about Tech for Your Needs. It's all about mobile. How can you make a better buying decision informed using apps to a better tomorrow, like Progress and stuff like that. So I teach you how to, and I do reviews and stuff like that, and to make a better buying decision. And that's what it's my platform. So like I use it to get the best out of this. And that's what I'm teaching people. And also I would like to leave people with My social media is that I use is Twitter, Clubhouse, and Instagram. And on Twitter, I'm doing Twitter. I'm like Spaces. I've been doing a couple of those and been
Oh,
successful.
awesome. How do you like
And the
Spaces?
thing
You
that I
like
want
Spaces? You think Spaces is a good competition for a good substitute for Clubhouse? What are your thoughts?
yeah, because it don't matter the platform. It matters how you conduct yourself and how you do yourself. Because the platform is the medium. But if
I
this
love
could
the way you
convey
said that.
anywhere, if you could convey this anywhere, then you're winning goal. I have successful rooms that I'm like, wow, and and stuff like that. So this is the advice I would like to leave people with it. Be yourself, bring value, and hit the record button. Let me know when this, repeat again from earlier, let me know when your video is perfect, then I will talk to you. If you can't find the answer, I will stay mute. With that said, keep on rocking, and thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, Nano. You're the best, man. I really, really appreciate you being here, and thank you for being an amazing member of the Nez Nation family. You're the OG, and I hope that you continue being a part of this family, okay? Thank you so much, Nano. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next week. Hey, guys, I just realized something, and I apologize to our LinkedIn viewers. For some reason, the comments were not coming in on LinkedIn. At least I didn't see them, and so might have been something on my end. So I'll have to kind of double check that. But I apologize to our LinkedIn viewers. For some reason, I was not getting your comments up here on the live stream, so I'll make sure to rectify that next time. But thank you so much, LinkedIn Live viewers. And I just want to say again, thank you to all of you, Nez Nation. You guys are absolutely terrific. You guys, I mean, you inspire me. You inspire me. I mean, there's no other way of putting it. You literally inspire me every single week, and I absolutely love bringing you, hopefully, some great information, help, assistance, value on how to grow your impact and income online. We talk a lot about live streaming. We talk a lot about hosting your own talk show and podcast as a way of building your thought leadership. And here's just another software that is browser based, which means you don't have to download anything. You just sign up, boom, and you're in, and you can look professional. You can have a ticket taper. You can have your branding. You can have your logos, everything. You can go live in multiple locations, everything very simple and very, very easy. If you're interested in checking this out for free, you can check it out for free to start with. There's a link in the description, or just use the code NEZNation. Okay, if you want to sign up for the pro account, you will get a discount, a major discount. So I really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you, Melon, for the offer to check this out. What a great, cool live streaming software. If you're like, what is Melon? Melon is actually integrated with, related with Streamlabs and Logitech. And so really, really big presence in the content creation space, live streaming space, podcasting space, gaming space. So really a lot of credibility and ethos for those guys. And again, I just want to say thank you guys so much for being here. It's absolutely been a complete joy. It was so awesome having Matt on here from Challenge ITV, having all these great people, Lewis, Jonathan, Nano. It's just been fantastic. I really want to say thank you to you guys for helping me be a part of this and helping me test drive Melon, the new web-based live streaming software. Make sure that you go check out the link in the description. As I said before, make sure you click subscribe, hit that bell notification, follow us. You don't want to miss this. This is all basically free coaching. And by the way, the pinned questionnaire is still in the comments. So if you want to get your question answered next time, it's first come, first serve. Just simply fill out that really, really simple questionnaire form. It's 2 questions. Just what is your channel, your brand, and what is your question? It's really, really simple. Fill it out and you will get your question answered live on the air next Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. On behalf of the entire Nez Nation family, I am your personal branding coach, Professor Nez, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week. We'll see you next time.